Hello everyone, my name is Stella and today we will be reviewing the 4th grade math worksheet. So I'll give you 10 minutes to do the first page. It shouldn't take the full amount of time, but that's how long I'll give you. So take a pause and fill out the first page. So now that you have done the first page, we will now review question number 1, 5, and 9. So set up the first question like this and make sure every column from the right to the left is filled out. For example, if you have a 3-digit number but you only have a 2-digit number for the second number, you fill it out from the right to the left. So see how every column on the right side is filled out and you have an empty space on the left. So 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. So you bring the 1 up and then you write the 0 in the ones place. And then you add 1 plus 6, which is 7, plus 5 is 12. So you write 12 here. So the answer to this question is 120. And make sure to box all of your answers. Moving on to the next question, we have 73 and 96. We set it up the same way we did before. 3 plus 6 is 9. We don't need to carry the 1 because it's not a number greater than 10. So 7 plus 9 is 16. So the answer to this question is 169. Moving on to number 9, we have two 3-digit numbers. So 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus 0 is 6, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer to this question is 263. We're going to do one more question just because I want to do a 4-digit number. So 5,219. We have another 4-digit number, so every column should be filled out. 2573. See how every single line of numbers are filled out. So 9 plus 3 is 12. You have to bring up the 1 here because it's a greater number than 10. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 7 is 9. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. So the answer to this is 7,792. We're going to move on to the next page. So I'm going to give you another 10 minutes to do this page. Please time yourself. Now that the 10 minutes are over, I'm going to go over every other odd question as well. Plus 12, which is not odd, but we're going to go over anyway. 32, 18, you set it up the same way you would do it if it was addition. But this time, since 2 is smaller than 8, we have to bring 1 tens place over to the ones place. So 3 becomes 2. And where does the 1 go? The 1 goes here because we're moving 1 10 to the ones place. So 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. And 2 minus 1 is 14. So the answer to this is 14. Make sure to box your answers. So this next question is 24, 12, and minus 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer to this is 12. Going to set it out the same way. Even though it's a 3-digit number, you do it the same way as these other two questions. So 2 minus 4, you can't do it because 2 is too small. So we have to bring 110 from this column and turn it into a 0. Just like we turned the 3 into a 2 here, we turn the 1 into a 0, and the extra 1 goes right here. So 2 instead becomes 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Zero minus 1, you can't do it because 0 is too small. So you have to change this 6 into a 5. 6 becomes a 5, and then bring the 1 over. So 0 instead becomes 10. What's 10 minus 1? That's 9. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So the answer to this question is 398. Moving on to number 12, we have two 4-digit numbers. So 7,211 minus 1,209. Make sure to line up every column, every number starting from the right to the left. So 1 minus 9, you can't do it because 1 is too small. So you have to bring 10 from the next column and turn it into a 0 and bring the 1 over. 11 minus 9 is equal to 2. 0 minus 0 is just 0. If you have any number like that are equal to each other like this, it just becomes 0, and that's the same with 0. 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. 2 minus 2 again is 0. And 7 minus 1 is 6. So the answer to number 12 is 6,002. Moving on to this page of questions, we're going to go over the last 3 questions. Yes. Okay, so the way you set it up is the same way as if you were adding or subtracting, except for you would put a multiplication sign here. And the way you do it is if there's only one number or one digit as the second number, you have to multiply this column, and then secondly multiply this column, and lastly multiply this column. And the way you write the numbers is you write the first number here, the second number here, and the third number here. So let's do that again. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3. So you write that here. The second number goes here, and the third number goes here. It has to be in this specific order. Okay, so 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And this is the second place we write the number. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. So our answer should be 363. Okay, moving on to number 12. So number 12 is more complicated. So for this question, you have two separate columns. We have the column here where you write your answers, and then you have a column here where you write your answers, and then you add them, and then your final answer here is what's the actual answer. So 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. That's like normal, right? But now we have to deal with this 1. This entire time we did this question, we ignored the 1. So now let's deal with it. 2 times 1 is 2, but you write it in this column. notice how we skipped this column right here. We do not write a number here ever in any multiplication question that has two digit numbers. So we write 2 here because 2 times 1 is equal to 2. And then now we do 1 times 1 is equal to 1. So we write it here. And make sure you line up every single column. So notice how these numbers line up. 8 plus there's nothing here, so it's just brought down. And then 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. And then there's no number here, but there's a 1 here, so you just bring down the 1. Another way you can do it is, instead of writing it like this, here's another question. Instead of writing it with a blank space here, instead of doing it like this, we can instead just write an arrow. So 6 times 1 is equal to 6. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 6 times 3 is equal to 18. So I put the 1 here. And then I do 1 times 3, which is 3, but then we have to add a 1, 4. So 1 times 3 is 3, but we can't forget about the 1 from before. So we add the 1 now. So 3 becomes 4. So then we add the column. So 6, all you do is bring it down. You just copy it straight down. 1 plus 8 is 9. And then 0 plus 4 is 4. So in the previous question, what we did was we just crossed it out. And then all we did was just bring the 6 down. But instead of crossing it out, you can bring an arrow down. It means the same thing. It's your choice, whatever you want to do. And this is the answer key if you want to check your answers for any of the questions. Have a good day.